All right, guys. So I'm gonna tell you all about the story about when there was a stabbing at my school. One person was injured, but it wasn't really that serious. Well, it didn't make it national. It was just one dude. It was a fight. It was serious for us because everyone at that school. It was serious for anyone who went to the school. I'm not gonna say the name of the school because I'm not trying to get in trouble, but so it was, I think, a Wednesday. Yeah, it was a Wednesday. I think it was sometime in March, and it was a Wednesday. That's what I remember. And it was a couple months ago. I just don't remember the exact day. I just remember it was sometime in, I think it was mid March, and it was a Wednesday. Um, I think it was a black day, I think, and I went to my 7th hour class. Now, 7th hour is usually just computer business applications. It's really just whatever. You know, you do things on computers, you learn how to type and whatnot. And our lunch started around, I think it was 12:30. Yeah, I think it was 12:30. Yeah, 12:30. It started around 12:30. And I go down there. I walk fast to lunch, or sometimes I'll even run just because I don't want to have to wait in line. This day I was just really slow, and I ended up being stuck in the middle of the line. Thankfully, the line went a bit quick, but when I walked in, it's like the way the cafeteria is lined up is that there's just a normal cafeteria, then there's like an area near the far side of the cafeteria where it goes down a little bit, like a couple steps, and it goes into like a kitchen. You have to go into the kitchen to get your lunch. So I finally make it into the kitchen, and I'm in there grabbing my lunch. And the lunch ladies it was really slow when I walked in because the lunch ladies were serving kids food one at a time. Like they were literally pouring the corn and putting the chicken on the trays as the kids were coming in. So, they were really working. I got my food and I walk out. And this took like, I don't know, 5 minutes. 3 minutes, I think. I walk out and there's people in groups. People are louder than usual. And that's usually a signification that there was probably a fight. Or almost a fight. And I was like, oh snap, must have been a fight. So I go back to my table. And my table is like adjacent to a hallway that goes to the library, and it also turns off to the front of the school where you can leave, and turns off into another hallway where you go to other classrooms and stuff. Excuse me. But my table sits just adjacent to that, and right next to that is the boys' bathroom. And I go to sit down, and my chair is gone. And I think the dudes that I usually sit with now I don't have many. I didn't have many friends at this lunch. All right, this lunch I knew a lot of people, but I wasn't friends with them, and they always sat with their friends. And hmm. But there's these two dudes that I talked to a lot at that cafeteria, so I always sat with them because they were cool dudes to talk to. And they were really calm. They were like, "Sorry, bro, they used your chair." And at first I thought they were messing with me. I thought they just took my chair as a joke, and I'm like, "Oh, ha ha, give me my chair back." And I get there and they're like, "Sorry, bro, they used your chair." And I'm like, "Huh?" I turn around, look into the hallway, and there's like two chairs there. One's like knocked over, and there's a janitor cleaning the floor. And I'm like, oh, this must have been a serious fight. Some blood must have been drawn. And one of the dudes says like, oh yeah, someone got stabbed or something. I don't know. And I'm like, oh shit, someone got stabbed. And I didn't panic, but like I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, well, that's crazy. So I get up and I start walking around asking other people that I knew, like, yo, did someone really get stabbed? And like, yeah, man, they had like it was a really big debate. Someone said it was a kitchen knife. Someone said it was a butterfly knife. Someone said it was a switchblade. Someone said it was a butter knife. And the whole time, everyone was just no. I wouldn't say panic, but people were really talking about it. Some people were even laughing and joking about it, like it wasn't anything bad. No, this was like 3 months ago. Yeah, 3 months ago, and I'm just, I'm not scared, but like, I'm really just I don't even know. I don't even know how to. I didn't. I didn't know how I felt. Eventually, lots of police officers and a couple detectives walked in. They were walking around. I didn't see them asking people, but they were walking around. There was like a dude taking photos and stuff. So the school's on lockdown. People are trapped in their classes, and we're trapped at lunch for like extra hour. And when it's finally over, we all go back to our class, and that's all anyone could talk about. Everyone was like sharing the video of the fight, and it wasn't graphic or anything, but and the lockdown continued for like another hour, 10 minutes or so. So we ended up trapped in our seventh hour for an extra, hour, 10 minutes. Because usually when we get back to the seventh hour at our usual time, we usually have 30 minutes of class, and then we go to our next class. Excuse me. In our next class, my next class is usually gym. They did come on the announcements and stuff, but they didn't give much information. It seemed like doing school stuff, trying to make it seem like it wasn't a problem. And and then once we were finally able to let out, I just go straight to my gym class because that's my last class of that day. And it was just nuts. All right, and all I heard was, "Yo, that dude got stabbed. Man, that dude got stabbed. Yo, that guy was seriously hurt." And I remember looking out to the front of the school because at the end of the cafeteria, there's these double doors that go up to another set of stairs that leads to the second floor. And then there's like another set of doors that go to the front of the school. I go there, and all I see are a crap ton of police officers, ambulances, and fire trucks. And I'm like, dang, that's. And for like 2 days after that, there were like police officers just walking the school. So I go to my gym class, and I can't remember, but everyone seemed to really be talking about it. I had a friend who was he was very upset about it because he said that someone he knew got stabbed once, and it's kind of personal on him. I'm not gonna say anything, privacy reasons, but and for like the next week or two, that's all anyone could talk about. I remember going to my history class the next day, and the history teacher was like, "Is there anything anyone want to share their thoughts on it?" And the school didn't want to talk about it. There was a whole news report. It wasn't like a nationwide news report. It was like within the county of our area news report of things. But one of the things I remember is that the school was trying hard to make it seem like nothing was going on. We didn't even have the day off the next day, and I was really expecting a day off. So yeah, but the thing that was unnerving about it was the fact that rumors had it that the dude that stabbed the guy was in my seventh hour class, and I believe it because the dude was always quiet. He never did his work. He got pissed off at the teacher when she told him to do the work, and ever after that day, I never saw him. No one saw him again. Uh, no information. All I know, no information about the guy. I don't even know his name, but all I know is that he was put in like a juvenile detention center or whatever the hell they call it. And I haven't seen the dude. And they took another dude into custody too. There was two people that were taken into custody, and the other guy was sent to the hospital. There was a video of him being escorted out in a stretcher. But yeah, that's the extent of all the crazy things that happened. There was a lot more crazy things. It's also today I started liking a certain somebody. That'll be another story for a future video on the channel. But yeah, that's really just the extent of it, I guess. I don't know how to end the video, so see ya.